Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're talking possibility of super fight. In all honesty, when I saw the article, it kind of caught me by surprise. But I'm all in for super fights, just like anybody else. And here we're talking about the possibility of Oleksandr Usyk entering that octagon against our heavyweight champion, the one and only Johnny Bones Jones. And this option here is interesting for me because I personally just learned that allegedly Oleksandr Usyk has some mixed martial arts background. We're going to get into this. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Well, I'm not sure how or where. Sometimes these headlines are just created out of pure imagination, stuff of fantasy, sort of say. But in all honesty, I put nothing out of the realm of possibility, especially taking into consideration that it's not like we're talking about a swimmer versus a fighter, or a basketball player versus a fighter. We're talking about two combat sports athletes that could share space. They're also in the same weight class and about the same age. So there's a lot of points where we can make correlations and where, you know, this fight would actually make sense. I mean, after all, we've seen freak shows happen like Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. And if those kind of things were to happen, why is it out of the realm of possibility to see Oleksandr Usyk inside of that octagon? Now, if there's one boxer, that could enter the octagon and I would be in support of it, it would be Oleksandr Usyk. The reason I say that, the guy has tremendous foot movement. The way that he moves is like a guy in much lower weight classes, tremendous power. And on top of that, you learn that the guy actually has a mixed martial arts background. It only makes it that much more intriguing. But how does he defend against the takedowns? How does he defend against kicks? I do understand if he gets inside, it takes one or two combination to put anybody in that heavyweight division out. We're talking about Oleksandr Usyk at the end of the day. Probably the greatest fighter of his generation and one of the greatest fighters of all time. Now, is this stuff of imagination? As of now, it is. But let me tell you something. What is life without imagination? Imagination sometimes comes to reality. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.